Hey now and hello everybody. It's Jason from @FielderCards, back with another video. I wanted to do a video showing what I've purchased vintage-wise so far through the first 2 months of 2022. And really I'm doing it just because my video that I made showing off, I think, my top 20 vintage pickups from 2021, people are still commenting on it and still getting views for it. And so I just thought, you know what, let's do an update, because my goal for the start of 2022 with collecting has been to sell my modern and ultra modern stuff and use the profits to pick up more vintage. And you'll see kind of a theme here of what I'm picking up, and I can kind of explain what I've picked up too so far. But it's not like I have unlimited funds. I mean, I really don't. I have to use card money for cards. You know, I have to kind of generate it on my own, because I can't afford to just buy this kind of stuff with my salary that I make. And, you know, I got 2 kids at home and married. So anyways, let's start off with there's 5 cards to go through, so it shouldn't be very long of a video. But let's start with the thing I picked up on January 1st. I just saw it in a Facebook vintage group, and I thought the price was reasonable and the card looks amazing, and I don't have one yet. It's a 1958 Topps Hank Aaron with his name in white. This thing is a PSA 5, but if you look at it, it looks way better than a 5. The centering is incredible, and the color is just amazing. So I made an offer and negotiated and got this card. Great seller from Facebook. Got this January 1st. 2022. So I got the new year off right with just a beautiful vintage cards of one of the greatest baseball players of all time. A few weeks later, I saw this pop up on Twitter, and it's a card that's been on my radar for a while, and they just keep going up and up, and it's a rare set, an iconic set, and that is the 1948 Leaf Ted Williams in a PSA 1.5. This is actually the most expensive card out of the 5 that I'll be showing you in this video. You know, obviously you wish you could get this in a better grade, but to me, this thing looks better than a 1.5. And with these 48 Leaf cards, a lot of times they can be miscut, off-centered. The color, there's some color loss on some of them, or sometimes the image is blurry. This has none of those. I mean, this is so centered. And you see the corners are a little rounded, but the color is great. There's no blurry, picture. Now you can see there's a little bit of like black right there. And if you look to the back, now this is why it has the grade it has, but you can see from the serial number, it's a rather recently graded card. But you can see here, they got the stain there, and then some of the word, like the letters, are kind of rubbed off. But I will gladly take this because, I think if it's in a 2 and it looks like this with the color, the centering, and no blurry image, I think you're talking at least $1,000, and I did not pay that for this. So I'm just very happy to add one of these to my collection. Ted, greatest hitter of all time. One of the best baseball players of all time. This is just an iconic set, and these cards, the color is just incredible. So very happy to add that to my collection. And so I had to wait a few weeks because that was so expensive. I waited a few weeks, did some more selling before I was able to pick this up. I got this from a Facebook vintage group. 48 Bowman, Yogi Berra rookie, and an SGC 4.5. Now the thing about this card, again, these cards can be really off-centered. This is pretty centered. And the image looks amazing. Color looks amazing. So now you do have a little bit of the cracked slab, and that probably led into the price. But it's barely cracked. I'm so cool with that. I don't care. The card is completely fine. Got it from a very good, reputable seller who goes to shows every weekend and has a great vintage collection. This is my second Yogi Berra rookie card. I grabbed this one at the National in 2021 in Chicago. I got it actually on my last day there. So you can kind of see the difference in grading and new slabs for SGC. All right, so then I waited another few weeks, and a card that has been slowly creeping up, that's been on my radar for a while. I finally saw the right card at the right price and jumped at the opportunity, and that is a 1957 Topps Brooks Robinson rookie card in an SGC 4.5. Again, I just feel like this card looks better than its grade. It is so centered. These 57 Topps cards can be so off-centered and miscut, and it really takes away from the appeal, in my opinion. But this thing just looks amazing. The color is amazing. Corners aren't the greatest, but that's why it's a 4.5. And I definitely don't mind having a little bit of rounded corners in order to have centering like this. This was, again, from a vintage Facebook group, and reputable seller. He's also on Instagram. Just got this at a decent price. So happy to add this to my collection in the first 2 months of 2022. And the last one, you're going to sense a theme. This was just a card I noticed on eBay, just doing a search for some just random cards. I think it's just one of the most undervalued players and undervalued rookie cards, at least when it comes to vintage, all-time great, legendary baseball players. But I saw this on eBay from one of the top vintage sellers, made an offer, and it was accepted. And I thought it was a great deal because it was below comps, and for what the card looks like and what the card's grade is, that's another Yogi. Another 48 Bowman Yogi Berra, this time in a PSA 4. This one looks good. There's a little bit of... the white is kind of gone, but my SGC3 from the National is kind of like it, but it still looks really nice. You can kind of see the difference. You can see like the color on the right. You know, this one has a little bit more of the faded look, not as white, but it's still just an awesome, awesome card. I mean, this is going up in value a little bit, but I just feel like Yogi, what did he win? Like 10 World Series titles, a few MVPs, one of the best catchers of all time, then playing for the Yankees, and also the Yogi-isms. I mean, to me, you can't go wrong having enough of these. So there's my 3. Grab this one at the National and these 2 in the first 2 months of 2022. So there you have it. It's been an awesome start to the year. I love doing this, buying just a few cards rather than, buying just a ton. I've ripped a little bit of wax for fun, but mostly if I get stuff from Target or get things from like a Topps drop, I stash it and sell it. And I use the profits to put towards cards like these. Vintage is everything to me, and I just feel like you can't go wrong owning these cards of all-time greats. And there's just not many of them. You see the overprinting and overproduction of today's cards. And just most guys are unproven. I mean, you got your greats like Brady, LeBron, I guess in baseball, Trout, that are modern day all-time greats. But the rest, to me, is mostly speculation. I mean, other than like, I guess, Pujols, but although he did just retire. But, my point is, I love Soto, but we don't know what his career is going to be. So I sold some of my rookies that I bought and had graded. I bought a couple years ago, got them graded myself, or maybe I bought them graded a couple years ago or a year ago. And he is the hottest baseball guy right now for the young guys. So I sold them, took the profits, and bought cards like these. So anyways, about the 10-minute mark now, so I'm going to sign off. My top 5 pickups vintage pickups of 2022 so far. It's the last day of February that I'm recording this, so great start to the year in terms of adding to my collection. Thanks to everybody who has watched my previous videos and commented and got a hold of me and followed me. I am on Twitter at Fielder Cards. I'm also on Instagram at Fielder Cards. We'll say bye for now. Happy collecting out there. Good luck landing everything that you want.